Chainsaws, blood, screams, and more chainsaws. Denji's life never gets easier, only harder. Let's recap everything from Chainsaw Man Season 1. The story opens with Denji, a young boy crushed by his father's debt, living in poverty with only Pochita, the Chainsaw Devil, as his companion. They work as devil hunters for the Yakuza, taking deadly jobs for almost no pay, and Denji even sells his organs to survive. After killing the Tomato Devil with little reward, he's summoned to a warehouse, expecting another job. Instead, the Yakuza betray him. They stab him, tear him apart, and throw his body into a dumpster as food for the zombies. As he dies, Pochita merges with his heart, forming a contract that lets Denji live. Denji pulls the cord on his chest and transforms into Chainsaw Man, chainsaws erupting from his head and arms, and he slaughters the zombies and the zombie devil. Exhausted and half-transformed, Denji collapses when public safety devil hunters arrive. Their leader Makima recognizes he's neither fully human nor devil and offers him a choice: be killed or live under her. When she promises him good food every day, Denji quickly accepts. At Tokyo headquarters, Denji meets his serious partner Aki Hayakawa. Denji's constant questions about Makima irritate Aki, who beats him in an alley to warn him that shallow motives get people killed. Denji fights back, surprising Aki with his chaotic resilience. Makima assigns Denji to Special Division 4, warning him to follow orders or die, as he's a rare human-devil hybrid. Denji moves into Aki, whose disciplined lifestyle clashes with Denji's crude habits. Their first mission is to eliminate a fiend and a hotel guest. Denji kills it quickly with an axe to avoid a painful death for the devil, angering Aki, who scolds him for not taking devil hunting seriously. In reality, he just didn't want blood on the porn stash. Meanwhile, he realizes he already reached his goal, while everyone else is fighting for theirs, and then he finds an even bigger goal: boobs. Makima assigns Denji a new partner, a feisty blood fiend. On patrol, she instantly destroys a sea cucumber devil with a giant blood hammer, leaving Denji stunned. Makima reprimands them for recklessness, and Power tries to blame Denji, but Makima orders them to work together or face death. Later, Power asks Denji to help rescue her cat Maui, promising he can touch her boobs if he succeeds. Denji tracks the Bat Devil to an abandoned mountain house, but Power betrays him, knocking him partially unconscious and offering him to the devil in exchange for Maui. The Bat Devil drains Denji but finds his blood disgusting, healing itself. It swallows Maui and then Power. A flashback shows Power finding Maui in the wilderness. She initially sees him as prey but grows attached, revealing a rare soft side. Denji pulls his starter cord, fully transforming into Chainsaw Man. He tears through the Bat Devil in the area, saving a civilian, motivated by personal reward and revenge. Then pulls his cord again to finish the Bat Devil. After defeating the devil, the Leech Devil attacks, severing his arm with its tongue. Weakened, Denji still attacks and damages the devil before being impaled through the chest. At the last moment, Aki arrives and, using Khan and the Fox Devil, instantly devours the Leech Devil, saving both. Denji wakes in the hospital with his arm reattached via blood transfusion. Aki explains devil hunter contracts, scolds them for breaking rules, and reports to Makima that Denji defeated both devils. Makima notices Aki's subtle change. The next day, she assigns Power to live with Denji and Aki under his supervision, creating a comedic slice of life. Power clashes with Aki's neat lifestyle, making messes and ignoring hygiene, while Denji suffers through the chaos. Denji finally reaches his goal of touching Power's boobs, but the underwhelming experience leaves him questioning the value of his simple desires. Makima then gives him a far greater goal: killing the Gun Devil, which killed 1.2 million people in the US 13 years ago. She explains that fragments of its flesh grant immense power to any devil that consumes them, and these fragments naturally gravitate toward the Gun Devil, providing a way to track it. She promises Denji any wish if he succeeds, reigniting his motivation. A flashback reveals Aki's tragic past, playing in the snow with his sick younger brother, and just when his younger brother goes back into the house, the Gun Devil destroys it, killing his parents and younger brother, revealing the origin of Aki's deep vendetta. Division 4 is sent to investigate a devil at Hotel Moran, suspected of holding a Gun Devil fragment. They're joined by Himeno, Aki's experienced partner, plus rookies Kobeni and Erai. Himeno teases Denji with the promise of a kiss if he kills the devil, sparking tension. Soon they encounter a strange creature. Himeno uses her Ghost Devil contract, extending her invisible arm while Power finishes the devil off. As they move deeper, they discover they're trapped in an endless loop on the 8th floor. Kobeni panics, revealing her parents forced her into devil hunting, while Arai also struggles. Denji stays calm, even napping. Flashbacks show Himeno's bond with Aki, from smoking together to Aki quietly standing up for her. The Eternity Devil reveals itself, offering freedom if the group sacrifices Denji. Fear divides them. Kobeni and Arai consider killing him, but Aki and Himeno refuse. When Kobeni lunges with a knife, Aki takes the hit, protecting Denji. Power stops his bleeding with her blood powers. Inspired, Denji transforms into Chainsaw Man, planning to torture the devil until it surrenders. He fights inside the devil's stomach for 3 days, while only moments pass outside, endlessly cutting, drinking its blood to heal, and laughing through the pain. At last, the Eternity Devil begs for death. Denji finishes it, the loop ends, and Denji retrieves the Gun Devil fragment from its body. Himeno remembers Kishibe explaining that the most feared devil hunters aren't the brave, but the unhinged, perfectly describing Denji's reckless, chaotic way of fighting. Afterward, Division 4 goes out for a welcome party. Denji reminds Himeno of her promise to kiss him. Tension rises when Makima arrives. Denji awkwardly denies talking about a kiss, but Himeno calls him out, leading to a public negotiation. Drunk, Himeno kisses him, then vomits into his mouth. Denji nearly faints. Himeno, completely drunk, carries Denji to her apartment and wakes him with a kiss. She flirts with him, asking if they should do it. Denji resists, remembering Makima and her lollipop. Next morning, Himeno proposes a deal. She'll help him get closer to Makima if he helps her win over Aki, sealing their playful pact. On a train to Kyoto, Makima and her aide are suddenly shot, while devil hunters citywide are ambushed. At a ramen shop, Denji, Aki, Himeno, and Power face the grandson of the Yakuza boss Denji killed. He says the gun devil wants Denji's heart and shoots Denji and Himeno. Power fights back while Aki summons the Fox Devil, but the attacker breaks free, revealing himself as Katana Man. Aki uses his nail sword to summon the Curse Devil, impaling Katana Man, but Akane Sawatari revives him. Katana Man counterattacks, wounding Aki. Himeno sacrifices herself to the Ghost Devil, which overwhelms Katana Man, but Sawatari's Snake Devil devours it, leaving only Himeno's clothes. The Ghost Devil's hand pulls Denji's starter cord, reviving him as Chainsaw Man. He attacks Katana Man, takes a hostage, but Katana Man slices both of them in half. The villains secure Denji's torso while Power flees. Makima, unharmed, kills her attackers and meets Tendo and Karus. Using 30 death row inmates, she commands each to speak a target's name, killing the inmate and making the target explode, eliminating all except Katana Man and Sawatari. Kobeni intervenes, dodging the Snake Devil, disarming Katana Man, slicing off his arm and shooting his back, and they retreat. She cradles Denji's bisected body, apologizing for her past betrayal. Back in Tokyo, Makima assesses the chaos. Massive casualties force Divisions 1 to 3 to merge into Division 4 under her command. Aki wakes in a hospital bed, shaken by the ambush and Himeno's death. His sword contract has cut his lifespan to 2 years. Overwhelmed with grief, he lights a cigarette, remembers Himeno, and mourns his lost life and friends. Denji, meanwhile, wonders why he feels no sadness hearing Aki cry. Himeno was his first friend, yet he didn't cry. He fears he's heartless, thinking he wouldn't mourn long even if Power, Aki, or Makima died. Tendo and Kuros visit Aki, warning him his Fox Devil contract is likely gone, and urging him to quit after the heavy casualties. Aki refuses, driven by revenge, so they prepare him for a new, stronger contract. Makima assigns Denji and Power to Kishibe, Himeno's former master, for brutal training. Amused by their selfish, reckless attitudes, Kishibe calls them ideal devil hunters and repeatedly kills them until they learn to fight strategically. Even their clever ambush fails, showing how much they still have to grow. Aki then seeks a new contract and meets the playful future devil. Instead of demanding a high price, it chooses to live in Aki's right eye to see his brutal death, and gives him the power to see a few seconds into the future. Aki accepts, fueled by grief and vengeance. Denji and Power finish their training, now ready for a mission against Katana Man and Sawatari. Kishibe has a tense exchange with Makima about her goals and methods. Kishibe says he doesn't care who she sacrifices as long as humanity is protected. Makima claims that's exactly what she's doing, but Kishibe calls her a liar. Makima confronts the Yakuza boss about the ambush and Gun Devil contracts. He shows her a photo of Sawatari, explaining she influenced gangs to trade money for guns and ammo. Makima demands all involved names. He resists, warning of gang wars and foreign mafias. She reveals a bag supposedly holding their relative's eyes. When a man tries to threaten her, she simply looks at him, causing him to collapse bleeding. She rejects the boss's necessary evil excuse. Makima's special division launches an assault on Katana Man and Sawatari's hideout. Beam, Galgali, Princey, and the Angel Devil. Division 4, reinforced with powerful fiends and devils, storm a building filled with zombie devil remnants. Aki, navigating the building's corridors, is ambushed by 4 henchmen who suddenly collapse from nosebleeds, orchestrated by Makima. Aki confronts Sawatari, whose snake devil vomits out the ghost devil. Using his future devil's power, Aki dodges attacks, anticipates several of its strikes, slicing off multiple arms, yet the relentless barrage continues. One enormous hand grabs him by the neck, lifting him off the ground and squeezing. Memories of Hamino strengthen him. The ghost devil releases him. The ghost devil gives him a cigarette with text on it reading, "Easy Revenge." Fully unafraid, Aki scales the enormous devil and beheads it, neutralizing the immediate threat. Kobeni captures Sawatari, preventing her from summoning the snake devil. Denji and Power advance. Power rushes into a room of zombies alone. Denji ascends to face Katana Man, who invokes his grandfather's legacy and tells him he should let them kill him because of this. Denji transforms into Chainsaw Man. The battle escalates into a chaotic rooftop fight that spills onto a moving bullet train. Katana Man severs Denji's chainsaw arms, demanding an apology, which Denji refuses. Using his head and leg chainsaws, Denji slices Katana Man in half. The season ends with Denji tying up Katana Man, playing a game with Aki to see who kicks harder while Katana Man screams. Later, Makima debriefs a government official. Sawatari and her allies were private gun devil hunters, and their defeat yields enough fragments to track the gun devil. If you want more recaps like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what anime you want to see next.